Sentiment refers to the emotional tone or attitude expressed in something, such as a piece of writing or a speech. It can refer to the overall emotional state of a person, group, or society, as well as the emotional content of a specific message or piece of text. In natural language processing and other fields, sentiment analysis is a common term for the use of computational techniques to automatically identify and extract subjective information from text. This can include identifying the emotional tone of a sentence or the overall sentiment of a piece of text, such as whether it is positive, negative, or neutral. Sentiment analysis can be useful for a variety of purposes, such as detecting the overall sentiment of a customer review or social media post, or for identifying the emotional tone of a person's speech in order to better understand their state of mind. It is also commonly used in market research to help businesses understand the public's opinion of their products or services. Overall, sentiment as an important aspect of communication and understanding the emotional content of text can provide valuable insights into the attitudes and feelings of individuals and groups. There are several potential disadvantages to using sentiment analysis. First, it can be difficult to accurately identify sentiment in text, especially when the language used is complex, ambiguous, or ironic. As a result, sentiment analysis systems can sometimes produce inaccurate or misleading results. Second, sentiment analysis is often based on predefined dictionaries or lexicons of words and phrases that have been manually labeled as positive, negative, or neutral. This means that the system's ability to accurately identify sentiment is limited by the quality and comprehensiveness of these dictionaries. Third, sentiment analysis can be susceptible to bias, both in the way the system is designed and in the data used to train it. For example, if a sentiment analysis system is trained on a corpus of text that is predominantly written by a certain demographic group, it may be more accurate at detecting sentiment in text written by that group but less accurate for text written by other groups. Finally, sentiment analysis can be controversial because it involves making judgments about the emotional content of text, especially if those decisions could have significant consequences for the people involved. There are several advantages to using sentiment analysis. One of the main advantages is that it can provide valuable insights into the attitudes and emotions of people, groups, or societies. This can be useful for a variety of purposes, such as detecting the overall sentiment of customer reviews or social media posts, or for identifying the emotional tone of a person's speech in order to better understand their state of mind. Another advantage of sentiment analysis is that it can be done quickly and at scale. By using computational techniques, it is possible to automatically process large amounts of text and extract sentiment information in a relatively short amount of time. This can be especially useful for businesses or organizations that need to quickly understand the sentiment of a large amount of customer feedback or social media data. Additionally, sentiment analysis can help businesses and organizations improve their products or services by providing a better understanding of customer sentiment. By detecting patterns in the sentiment of customer reviews or social media posts, businesses can identify areas where they are doing well and areas where they need to improve. This can help them make more informed decisions about how to improve their products or services and better meet the needs of their customers. Overall, sentiment analysis can provide valuable insights into the attitudes and emotions of people, and can be used for a variety of purposes. It can be especially useful for businesses and organizations that need to quickly and accurately understand the sentiment of large amounts of text data. A sentiment story is a narrative or account that focuses on the emotional content of a situation or experience. It is a way of conveying the attitudes, feelings, and opinions of the people involved, and often involves describing the events and experiences that led up to the current emotional state. For example, a sentiment story might describe a customer's experience with a company's product or service. The story might begin by describing the customer's initial enthusiasm for the product, and then go on to describe any problems or difficulties they encountered. The story would then describe the customer's feelings about the product and their interactions with the company's customer service, culminating in their overall sentiment about the experience. Sentiment stories can be useful for a variety of purposes, such as providing insight into the emotional experiences of customers or other stakeholders. They can also be used to help businesses or organizations understand the sentiment of their customers and identify areas where they can improve their products or services. Overall, a sentiment story is a way of conveying the emotional content of a situation or experience, and can be a valuable tool for understanding the attitudes and feelings of people. Playing with people's feelings is a harmful and manipulative behavior that can cause emotional distress to others. It is important to be respectful and considerate of others' emotions and to treat them with empathy and compassion. It is never okay to manipulate or exploit someone's feelings for your own gain or pleasure. Doing so can damage trust in relationships and may even be considered a form of emotional abuse. It is important to communicate openly and honestly with others and to seek consent before sharing or discussing sensitive information or emotions. If you are struggling with manipulating others or have been the victim of emotional manipulation, it may be helpful to talk to a mental health professional for support and guidance. Fight with yourself. Never give up.